What's going on, everybody? You back rocking with your boy Sweet Science, you on the air. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications. That way we can keep the channel rocking. This is an independent channel. I've had it for about a year now. I'll put in some good work. Again, beat the like button up, subscribe to the channel. You saw the title of the video. Yeah. It's pretty much over for Dazn. Canelo has now left Dazn. And this means so much for the sport of boxing and for the landscape of boxing as well. I've said in my last few videos, they say that boxing's dead, but only people that say that aren't boxing fans or don't know shit about boxing or don't know what they're talking about. Boxing is booming. Boxing is alive. Boxers still get paid more than any other combat sport. So, boxing's alive and well. And again, like I said, you saw the title of the video. It's pretty much over for Dazn. I mean, I don't really have another way of saying it. I mean, I feel like it was over for Dazn a long time ago. Especially when they couldn't deliver on the Canelo Triple G trilogy match. Trilogy matches seem to not be happening a lot these days. But they couldn't deliver on the Canelo Triple G trilogy match. They couldn't deliver on a lot of matches. The Andre Charlo match. There was a lot of matches that they actually just couldn't deliver on, that they kind of made seem like were gonna happen. And so now, with Canelo leaving Dazn, that puts them in a compromising position, because I don't really see them recovering from that. You know what I mean? Canelo was Dazon's biggest star, undoubtedly, hands down. That's without any kind of question, any type of question. If you think otherwise, you can name a bigger star on Dazn that maybe I don't know of than Canelo. But Canelo was pretty much the biggest star on Dazn. And now with them losing the money that they've lost, company's pretty much going down. Paying all these fighters all this money that they couldn't afford to get a return on their investment for. Dazn's very quickly becoming a graveyard, very fast. So they've lost a lot of money on a lot of fighters and a lot of fights. They had this attitude when they first came about. This is gonna, Eddie Hearn was running his mouth like he always does. This is going to be the U.S. takeover and stuff like that. And they literally took over nothing, at least in the U.S. anyway. And they had like an app that, you have to take into consideration. There's a big time difference in two different parts of the world. So, we have the biggest market for boxing here. So if you can't capture the American market, which is what everyone aims to do, every fighter aims to do, if you can't do that, then that's going to be a big problem. And so as far as the U.S., obviously living here, being born here, my family's from here, obviously all that, no one even knows about Dazn in the U.S. And the people that do are the diehard boxing fans that do. More than half of them don't even like Dazn, aren't subscribed to it, won't subscribe to it. So Dazn's failed miserably in the U.S. and they've fallen flat on their face. Again, I think Canelo leaving Dazn is a good move. It's the nail in the coffin. Now, I'm willing to bet that he's going to turn right around and work with Al Heyman, the same Al Heyman that people said was going broke for the longest time, the same Al Heyman that all these fighters praise so much, yet stupid fans have so much to say about, that don't know shit about boxing. More than half of those people have never laced up gloves in their lives, never gotten punched in the face, never punched someone in the face. So, you can say what you want, but the proof is in the pudding. So, I think this is also a big hit and a big blow to UK boxing as well. I had a conversation with some idiot the other day on Instagram, and he tried to say that UK runs boxing because all the belts were with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. And I told him I beg to differ. You know, I said, I mean, AJ barely got those belts back when he lost to a fat man that he shouldn't have lost to. And we all know that, we know, so do you, we all know that Tyson Fury had to cheat his way and steal his way to get his belt. So, nevertheless, yeah, sure, the heavyweights have, the heavyweight belts are in the UK right now. But again, keep in mind, one of them is with a guy who barely got them back after losing them to a fight that he should have never lost. And the other guy, actually, in the last year, denounced the UK, shitted all over them, pretty much whipped out his shit and pissed in their faces and said that they don't treat him well and he'll never come back to the UK. Pretty much fucked the UK. And Martin Carefoot came out and told Yukata that he lied for this fighter, and that same fighter, Tyson Fury, dropped his UK license shortly after that, until obviously we know him and Daniel Callahan, whatever that motherfucker's name is, they threatened this old guy. You heard the story from the old dude himself, people showing up to his house at weird hours. And then after he dropped out of it, Martin Carefoot, Tyson Fury decided to pick his UK license back up again, and the same people that he just took a shit on were happy to have him back. So that's the story of the UK and the heavyweight belts right now. However, where I had to school the guy on Instagram recently is, I said, the US still has a ton of more stars. And there's literally no way to dispute it. A ton of more stars than the UK. I mean, we could talk about 130 to 135 to 140. You know, they'll be like, Josh Taylor. We still have way more. 140, 147, 154, 160. The U.S. runs boxing. We have the most stars and the best talent. You know, your Shakur Stevensons, and all these guys are fighting out of the U.S. So these are U.S. fighters. We got Shakur Stevenson, we got Teofimo Lopez, we got Devin the Dream Haney, who is still on Dazn, but we'll see how much longer that actually happens. But we got Devin the Dream Haney, we got Gervonta Tank Davis, we got Gary Russell Jr., we've got the Charlo brothers, we've got Danny Garcia, we've got Keith Thurman, we've got Sean Porter, we've got Errol Spence Jr. The list goes on and on. We've got Jarrett Hurd, we've got J-Rock. We just have so much talent in the U.S. So most of the belts in boxing are in the U.S. Yeah, the heavyweight belts right now are in the U.K. And we'll see how much longer that lasts. But yeah, man, I don't really see Dazn coming back from this. I think it's pretty much the nail in the coffin. In the next year or two, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them get out of boxing. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So we'll kind of see where this goes. I'm excited because now that Canelo is a free agent, per Team Canelo Instagram, via Eddie and Chepo Reynoso, now that he's a free agent, we might actually get to see some of those fights that we've been looking for. So Eddie Reynoso saying that Charlo needs to happen next year, that's a real thing. So we very well could be in the next year or so here getting Canelo Charlo. And all you guys who commented on my last video, you guys love to discredit black fighters for everything. You know, you say stuff like Canelo did send Charlo an offer and stuff like that. We'll see. I still, the thing about me is I don't just pick a fighter because we're the same ethnicity. I actually picked Canelo in a 12-round decision against Jamal Charlo, even though I like Jamal Charlo more than Canelo. That's just me envisioning the fight. But I think I got respect for both fighters, and I think it'd be a great fight. And I hope that Charlo proves me wrong. But I got Canelo in a 12-round decision now. For you guys in the comment section saying that Canelo's going to knock Charlo out, you guys probably say that almost every black fighter who fights another fighter who isn't black is going to get knocked out. If you think Canelo's going to knock out Jamal Charlo and he didn't knock out a little bit over the hill Danny Jacobs or Triple G. If you think he's going to knock out Jermall Charlo, you really don't know shit about boxing. But I do have Canelo in a 12-round decision. But again, you're rocking with Sweet Science. They're on the air. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications. And I'm gone.